Everyone, a very warm welcome to this session of Let Us Talk It ZIPINAR. We try to introduce new speakers every single week. We've been doing this for the past 2.5 years, thinking we are helping the community and getting the feedback that yes, we are, in some ways or the other, helping the community, giving them some new information. Our topics are always varied. We try to bring on as many different kinds of topics as possible. And we are ever grateful to our speakers who so willingly agree to do that. And this Let Us Talk It platform is for people. We love having a community where everybody can share their ideas, feel comfortable, and make some virtual friends in the process. So we welcome you all who have joined in on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and we hope that getting your comments, feedback will help us grow better, much wider, and we can reach out to more people. For that, you have to just share. We have it every Wednesday from 12 p.m. EST and India time 9:30. PM IST. So when speakers, they stay up late, when attendees from India, they stay up late, we absolutely feel honored. And we hope that we can make this thing of ours that, we would learn new topics, new ideas. We can go viral and make it happen on a bigger scale. So if you want to know more about Let Us Talk It, we do other areas, we cover and do things on other areas as well. Please visit our website, letustalkit.com, or even we do our youth webinars. And for that, if you need any information, you can register your kids at letustalkit.com/youth, and you can get more information on that as well. So public speaking, communication, and giving your opinion, ideas is the main goal here. Having said that, we come to today's topic. Very different, unique topic. The first topic we have is Bach Flower Therapy for Wellness at Workplace. If you're not aware of it, as I am not, so please do attend, do join the Zoom link so that you can talk and ask a direct question to the speaker. And what we need to understand about Bach flower therapy and how it heals and dissolves our emotional block to maintain peace and harmony will be the first topic today. And to talk on this topic, we have Indranil Mukherjee, who is a transformational coach, Bach flower therapist, and psychotherapist. And he's also he's acclaimed as a guru of change by The Week magazine and a top 10 thinker by MTC Global, upheld by his followers as a human alchemist and a global pioneer of transformational coaching. Indranil is gifted to heal and enable transformation in human lives. Enabling transformation has been a central theme of his life across 3 phases of his professional journey. We want to know more about that, but definitely we want to welcome you, Indranil. Absolute pleasure and honor to have you on our platform. Over to you.
Thank you so much, all of you. I hope I'm clearly audible. That's the first thing I would like to know. Am I audible?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome.
Yes.
And thank you, all of you, for joining me in this session. Believe you me, for those who don't know what is Bach flower all about and Bach flower therapy all about, I'm hoping that this is going to be a session of discovery, a session of, enlightenment. Okay. Let me set my slide. I want to go. Why is this not going down? Can you?
Just do in the present mode and you're good.
Present. Yeah, but it is not allowing me because this bar is not going down.
F5.
Normally this goes down.
Function key F5.
Just a minute. Just a minute. I'll do it the other way around. Hmm.
Vamshi, were you saying something?
We can press the function key F5. That directly
Okay.
goes.
Fi?
F5.
Oh, F5. Okay, Indranil, could you press
Hmm.
F5? Will that work?
Let's see. F5, function 5, you're saying?
Yes.
Or just F5? Function
F
F5, it's not working. Okay, so I think I'll go with this glitch. Everywhere we have
Yeah.
glitches, so
Actually, that
don't.
image got selected. Hi, sorry. That image
Sorry?
got selected. So I think now you can press the F5. It will work. Only F5.
Okay, only F5. It's not working, dear.
Or
Function F5.
yeah,
Ah,
try.
there you
Yeah.
go, function F5. Thank you so much, Vanshi. Okay, so Bach Flower Therapy for wellness at workplace. And let me first check out. You can write in the chat box or can raise your hands. How many of you have heard about Bach Flower remedies or Bach Flower therapy? Then I will avoid any repetition if most of you have heard of it. Please raise your hands, or you can also unmute yourself. And I personally like you to switch your videos on and keep your microphones mute. Can you do that, please? I think the world is now come to a point where you can't afford to feel shy. So just show your face and mute your microphones, please. Not heard. Jayant has not heard. Okay. So at least for Jayant's sake, I'll have to share. Varsha, you have heard. Lakshmikant, have you heard about Bach Flower therapy or Bach Flower remedy? Let me see. Not heard also. FIL. Okay. Varsha has heard of it. Of course, Varsha will. Yamini has heard of it. Okay, so it's about two, but even if it is two people, I should do justice to you, right? And those who have already heard of it, please pardon me if I'm taking you through some repetitions, and if you feel bored about it, did not hear about it. Srini, I just learned today about its history. Awesome, Srini. So you can join me in pitching in with the history. Yes, it has a very rich history. Awesome. Great.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
that as much as I wanted to know, but I kept
Huh.
myself not trying not to know about it because I wanted to know it from you. So yeah.
Yeah, with the limited knowledge that I have, I will definitely share with you guys all, because according to me, Bach Flower, the discipline, the remedy, the therapy, the practice is a bottomless ocean. In the last 10 or so years of my practice, of my dabbling with this amazing floral essence and their use in managing human emotions, I don't think I've seen anything in my life which is so potent, so miraculous, so magical in the last 6 decades. I can vouch for it. So let me see how much of justice I can do. But before that, I need to share with you how did Bach Flower happen in my life. So you see, I left the corporate in '99 after a 16-year stint because I felt that I must pursue what my calling was. And I stumbled upon my calling to be very simple, to enable to help people uh, move on their transformational journey. You see, all of us are on a transformational journey. Some do it very loudly, proclaiming this and that. The others are going through it very silently and maybe with some suffering and pain. But nevertheless, I thought that they need a co-traveler. And I said, well, here I am as a co-traveler. So call it a transformational coach or a transformational enabler, or whatever you call, I started helping people in groups and as individuals to move on to the next orbit. According to me, transformational shift is an orbital shift. And amazing journey. Obviously, if something is aligned to your calling, if something seems to be meaningful, it has to be amazing. And it was going on fine till I think 2010, 2012. I first encountered Bach Flower Remedy, one of the Bach Flower remedies. I experienced it. And that was like, the touchstone of life. I never realized that something in a few minutes or perhaps even second could transport me to a different world. Now, don't mistake it to be any psychedelic drug or anything, because there is no chemical in it at all. And that's the time when I got inquisitive and I started doing a self-study of Bach Flower remedies. And the more I read, the more intrigued I got. And the more I realized that Dr. Edward Bach, who discovered these remedies in early 90s, what a fascinating individual he was. Dr. Edward Bach, by the way, was a Harley Street physician in UK. He was a pathologist, and he gave up his profession because he felt that he was shortchanging his clients. And why he felt he was shortchanging his client? Because he felt that all that we are doing in modern medicine is fixing the symptoms. We are not healing them from the roots. And he went on a search, and he used to go to the countrysides. He was a naturalist. He was very intuitive. He was a spiritualist also. And he picked up flowers. And someday he realized that some of these flowers had the capability of, bringing his emotions to a higher order of vibration. And that's when he started researching. And he found 38 such flowers of wild herbs and trees grown on the countryside of England, not 38, but 37. The 38 remedies of Bach flower, if you know the basic, there are 38 remedies. Out of that, one is pure spring water. Not the spring water that we get here, but the spring water that we get out there on the countryside. And he used a couple of different methods to extract their essence. And in extracting their essence, what he did is he captured the imprint, the signature imprint of each flower. Now, every living and even non-living thing on this earth, I'm sure all of you know and is proven, has a vibration. It is vibrating. There's nothing which is non-living according to the law of vibration if you go into quantum science. And these flowers, these 38 flowers he found, they come with a vibration which can douse the negative vibration that is emanated by human beings because of their negative emotions. And that is the history, in short, of Bach flower remedies. And in my journey with Bach flower remedies, and that was when I started using it professionally, 2015 onwards, as a transformational coach, along with transformational coaching, I invited my clients to go through the therapy, and it brought in phenomenal transformation in their life. Not that transformational coaching cannot, because the objective, the aim of transformational coaching is to bring about transformation. But with Bach Flower Therapy, it was phenomenal. I bow down. I don't think as a human being, I have that power that the flowers have in them. So that is when I decided that I'm going to officially practice Bach Flower Therapy. And I think 2016 onwards, I started. I was fortunate to get mentored, fortunate to get guided by fantastic practitioners like Dietmar Kramer, who is one of the foremost revolutionary practitioner in Bach Flower Therapy, and so on and so forth. And today I'm blessed to have more than 130 students who follow my path of practice, client-centric Bach Flower Therapy, that's what I call it. About 70 odd clients who are on a sustained basis coming to me to get healed, because I've told them this is not a fixed remedy. This is something which is going to transform you and heal you from the root. So they believe in the therapy, they believe in the remedy, and I think they also believe in me. So they come to me and we are going forward with that. Now, today's topic is very interesting. Today's topic is how can it be applied to the corporate life? You see, I have been with the corporate for 16 years and I know the pulse. I know how it feels to be there. Now you see on the screen, there are 3 pictures. Those who are outside of India may know, may not know them, but those in India know that all of them were very high-flying CEOs of large corporations. What is common to them? They were high-profile CEOs of MNCs and diversified groups. All 3 of them died of cardiac arrest at an unripe age, in their 40s and 50s. The cause of death, as declared by the medical practitioner, was cardiac failure. Can you guys guess what was the cause of death? Can anyone guess? And just unmute the microphone and tell me what was the real cause of death.
Stress.
And who is that, by the way? Can I see your name, please? Once again, please.
It's Niranjan.
Awesome, Niranjan. Yes. Stress. Absolutely. You are bang on. What we often don't recognize, we run to a doctor when we sneeze, when we run to a doctor when we itch, we run to a doctor when there's a back pain, but we don't run to a doctor when we have stress, when we have anger, when we have depression, when we are feeling guilty about something. Do we go to a therapist? Do we go to a doctor? No, we don't. What Dr. Bach said was very simple. In true healing, the nature and name of the physical disease is of no consequence whatsoever. The disease of the body itself is nothing but the result of disharmony between soul and mind. It is only a symptom of the cause, and as the same cause will manifest differently in nearly every individual, seek to remove this cause, and the after results, whatever they may be, will disappear automatically. And I vouch for this from the last 5-6 years of my practice. If you don't believe me, look up this short list. And this is not my short list. This is given by Louis Hay, the famous teacher who has written this book, Heal Your Own Life. She has made a list of all the underlying emotions to certain physical ailments. Look at this. You choose to not believe to it, it's fine. But tomorrow, if you have any of these physical ailments, trust me, a Bach Flower therapist will be of greater help than a medical practitioner. But do it now. Don't wait for tomorrow, please. Ways to deal with negative emotions. We all know this. Right? We go through this. One of my clients went to a counselor and then went to a psychiatrist and then came to me and said, what are you doing? What changes happened? No, sir, they have given some medicine and they have talked to him. Has it done any change? Yes, some temporary changes. Temporary changes happen. Yes. Fixes happen. Yes. Healing happens. Not very sure. So let me introduce you to Bach Flower Therapy. Bach Flower remedies are energetic remedies. Let me share with you the energy at which we vibrate when we are in positive emotional state is anywhere between 300, 400 to 700 hertz. Anything below that is negative emotions. And Bach Flower remedies, their energy has been measured in labs. The vibrational energy of Bach Flower remedies is anywhere between 200 to 400 hertz, which means they have the capability of dousing our negative emotions and shifting us from a lower plane to a higher plane of vibration. 38 remedies, as I said. They can be mixed to offer millions of composite, I'm told 3 to 4 million of composites, which can address almost every psychological, emotional, and physical conditions. The important thing that you need to note, perhaps the only medicine or remedy or whatever you call, which has no chemical or biochemical substance, pure energy, captured and preserved in alcohol. And this is what works. So therefore, if there's no chemical or any biochemical substance, it cannot have a side effect. It cannot have an overdose. It cannot have a wrong interaction with any other kind of therapy. The safest, simplest, and surest remedy that you can think of is Bach Flower remedy. Now let's look at simplicity of administration. You don't have to do any exercise. You don't have to jog so many kilometers. All you have to do is just take the remedies mixed by your therapist in pill form or in liquid form in a certain duration, in certain frequency. These can be also bought as dilutions from the shop and you can mix it yourself. Can be ingested, sprayed, or applied on pulse points. So if you want to heal your little infant, apply it on the pulse point. If you want to heal a patient in the ICU, spray it. And if you want to heal yourself, ingest it. Normally taken 4 times a day, can be differing depending upon the acuteness. No food or other restriction. That's the best part of it. You can have it with your food, you can have it with your drink, you can have it whenever you want. Now, this is something, just have a look at this picture I want to share with you. Why Bach Flower Therapy and how is it? Okay, I might sound as an evangelist, but I am an evangelist. I have no shame in saying that I'm an evangelist of Bach Flower Therapy. You see, there are these 5 different layers of existence. 5,000 years back, Patanjali in India had propounded these 5 layers of cells of existence. Now, all I need you to know, given the paucity of time, that Bach Flower Therapy or Bach Flower remedy works at the 4th level, the wisdom body, which is where all our unconscious blocks and beliefs lies. It dissolves them and awakens the witness in us to be able to make our higher self unite with our personal self. And that is the objective of Bach Flower remedy. Emotional body, energy body, physical body, they are all subordinate to this wisdom body. Physical body, diet works, Ayurveda works, exercise works, gym works, energy body, pranic healing works, all the Reiki and things like that work. Emotional body, homeopathy works, acupuncture works. Wisdom body, as far as I know, Bach Flower works, and maybe hypnotherapy works because it deals with the unconscious. Okay, so coming back to corporate, that was now very specific. These are some of the cases that I have handled. Somebody overwhelmed with additional responsibility got the person to come to terms with it and get to the height of performance. Over 6 months' time, moved from being the regional head to be a national head of a large business carrying about a 12,000 crore of Indian rupee of target. Intimidated by an aggressive boss, another person, a very senior manager, had an aggressive boss, was used to get tongue-tied in front of his boss, got him to finally confront his boss, speak, and get the boss mellowed down. There's another person who was in front line, who was customer facing and had to do a lot of presentation, but used to stutter. In a week's time, his stuttering stopped. Provoked and angered easily, managing the India Development Center of a large software company would get provoked and angered by non-performance of his team members, helped him to deal with his anger and get productivity out of his team members. Unable to assert as a leader to everything that the team member had to say, he was saying yes, and finally being taken for a ride. Finally could assert and bring the objective and the goals to the forefront. Lack of confidence, I think that is a very severe challenge. Many people go through that. And this person was actually on his way out of the company. And I helped him to retain his job. These are some of the cases at corporate. Work-life balance, of course, with the remote working that has happened because of the pandemic, many people are suffering from it. And it's not very difficult to help them to bring in a balance in their life, because somewhere they are flipping either here or there. There's so many people who have been helped with Bach Flower Therapy to bring in work-life balance. But here is something I would like to talk to you. These are some Bach Flower Therapy-based programs which I would like you to know more about. One is my flagship course on Bach Flower Therapy, which is to make you a client-centric therapist, not only heal yourself and your family members, but your friends and maybe even your colleagues. Bach Flower Therapy for performance at workplace. The performance can be low because of lack of confidence, because of lack of worth, self-worth, because of not being able to take up a lot of responsibility, because of not being clear about one's goals, and so many different reasons. By the way, with Bach Flower Therapy, all of this can be addressed. Relive. I'll come to relive the last. Before that, personal accompaniment. For those who are senior executives, right on the top, and finding it lonely on the top, it's a combination of, it's a confluence actually of three services: transformational coaching, Bach Flower Therapy, and presencing, which is a kind of meditation which helps the person to be in the present all the time. And finally, relive, to use Bach Flower Therapy to get rid of and permanently reverse lifestyle diseases like diabetes, obesity, hypertension, and hyperlipidemia. So if you are looking for any of these programs, feel free to get in touch with me. These are my coordinates. Maybe I can leave my coordinates with the organizer. You can get in touch with them, or you can take a snapshot of it and get in touch with me, and I'll be very happy to help you all. If you have any questions, any one of you, I think I'm just about on time, but still maybe one or two questions we can take, and then we close this session.
All right. Thank you so much, Engineer Neil. That's really wonderful topic regarding other therapies, because most of them like doing yoga are like there. Those are some exercises that will consume time, and for this back therapy, it's something that you'll just like ingest, and
Yeah,
then
it's so bang on. You're absolutely right. And so simple. So simple.
exactly. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, any other questions, or like would like to talk about their insights regarding the therapy? Please unmute yourself, or go into the Q&A or chat.
Yeah, please unmute. I think that'll be a great idea.
Hey, Indranil, thank you. This is Niranjan.
Yes, Naren.
I know this is something to do with flowers and I believe smell. How is this different from regular essential oil therapy?
Yeah, so essential oil is the oil of the flower. This, this is the essence of the flower, and nothing about the flower remains there. You won't even get the smell of the flower. It is only the vibration of the flower that is extracted and preserved in alcohol.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
So-
there is no oil of the flower over here.
I see. So
Yeah.
do you have something like over the counter for different situations? Like if you have this situation, use this.
Yes, yes. All 38 remedies are mapped to 38 different emotional states, negative emotional states, and we combine them to make a composite when the patient comes to us to address a combination of emotional states, because all said and done, human beings are complex. Though the
Okay.
remedies are very simple, but human beings are complex.
So it's
So,
not like a straightforward from the over the counter. You have one
Uh,
has to visit a coach like you.
it can be straightforward to relieve you of the symptom right away, but to be able to heal yourself, I would suggest you consult a therapist and get healed so that it doesn't come back to you again. One of the remedies I can share, rescue remedy, helps you to deal with any kind of crisis, emotional crisis.
Thank you. No, I got one more question.
Yeah.
So is it, I know we talked about emotions, right? I think you also talked about certain diseases. Do you
Yeah.
have something simple for cholesterol maintenance as well? Yes.
Yeah. So one thing I need to state that Bach Flower therapies don't heal illnesses; they heal the individual. So according to Bach Flower therapy, if, for example, you are hyperlipidemic, you have high cholesterol and high triglycerides. Now there are emotional reasons for that, and for every individual, it can vary. So, what is required to be done is get into a consultation, a conversation with the individual, get to know what are those emotions which would have caused this condition, and then make a composite and give it to the individual. So, it
Okay.
is not a off the shelf, solution. It's not a one size fits all solution.
Got it. Thank you. So is it how long one needs to go through the therapy in general?
Yeah. So if you're looking at permanently reversing lifestyle disorders, it can be anywhere between 6 months to 1 year. And we sign up for 1 year. We prefer to sign up for 1 year because it takes at least 3 months for you to get healed, and then another 3 to 6 months for you to get normalized. And thereafter is the sustenance phase. So once you are through with the sustenance phase, you can be without any remedies, living a normal life without any meds, with normal diet, with every other parameter and markers in control. So that's what we recommend.
Thank you.
Welcome. Any other question?
Yeah, do not be shy. Please feel free to ask questions or share your insights. If no more questions, on the screen is the contact details of Engineer, and he'd be very glad to receive your queries and
Absolutely.
questions.
Absolutely.
right.
Feel free. Yeah. So thank you very much for being with me for the last half an hour. And with that, I think we would close the session. This
Uh,
particular session.
Yep. Thank you so much, Indranil, for that wonderful
Yeah.
topic. Now, so we can move to the next topic for today. All right. So here, the next topic will be ESG and impact investing. So this is to inform us socially responsible investing, where the investments are valued not only on the basis of financial returns, but also on the basis of positive impact they have on environment, people, and governance. And here to talk this topic with us is a management consultant with 9 years of experience in strategy consulting and product management, a certified financial risk manager, and IC Agile certified professional. AW certified machine learning and big data is his specialty. So here with us is Mr. Abhishek Rathi, a management consultant. Over to you. Uh, you are still unmute, Abhishek.
Now?
There, we can hear you now.
Perfect. Thank you for this introduction. And yeah, because of some technical glitch, I was not able to join earlier. Apologies from my side. So do you have my content over there? Because I cannot share it through my phone, but I can talk through it if that's fine.
I do not have your content with me. I'll check with Julan, but you can talk.
Sure.
If
No
I got your
worries.
content, I'll share it.
Okay, great.
You can start the talk for now. I'm getting your
Sure.
content.
Sure. So hi everyone. Today's topic is completely different from the one that you had just now. More on the financial side, as we talked about, right? I'm a management consultant. I'm more like a finance guy, working for clients like wealth managers, investment managers, or asset managers. So today I want to talk about ESG and impact investing. Now, ESG is a buzzword. It started, I think, way back in 2015, 2016, more like a buzzword, but now it has become imperative for these financial managers. The reason being, it's very important to understand uh, how your financial returns can be gauged on terms of not only financial impact but also the societal impact that they can have. Right now, the small session that I am about to start is not a comprehensive one for sure, but I think it should be enough to to generate a curiosity among the audience, and so they can start. It's like an ocean, right? So you can start from you can treat it as a starting point, and then explore it, because this is not a train that's gonna die down soon, right? So I'll start on that. Uh, I'll start with what is ESG. ESG is a acronym for environmental, social, and governance, like three major pillars. Uh, it's an approach that aims at generating financial returns, not only on financial parameters like risk-adjusted returns, it also, or the alpha or the beta that normal financial managers talk about. It also talks about what is the impact, a positive impact it has on the society, uh, along the three pillars, like on environment, on society, or on the governance framework. Right? As per GIIN, it's a Global Impact Investing Network. How they define it is investments made with the intention to generate positive, measurable, social and environmental impact alongside a financial return. Now, there can be multiple themes across these environmental, social, and governance, but I have listed some two or three which will give you an idea of what these all are. For example, for the pillar one, environment, you can have green products, technologies, and infrastructure, climate change, plastic reduction. Thanks. Thanks. The content is visible now. Yeah. On the social side, the second pillar, you have ethical business practices, transparency to shareholder communications, and the third one, a governance framework, which is an overlap of these two, and also a bigger one, gender diversity, employee treatment and compensation, and employee safety. So this is in general what ESG is. Next slide, please. Yeah. So take a pause over here and let's look at this graph. Why ESG? I mean, what has happened lately that this ESG has become a new phenomenon? So if you look at it, there are two graphs. It talks about how from 2015 to 2019, how interest in sustainable investing has increased. At the face of it, it looks like that it's a normal increase from 71% to 85% in terms of the general population who are interested in sustainable investing. But if you look closely at the graph, the dark part, the dark shade, has risen from 19% to 49%. These are the very interested people. I mean, this graph, in 2015, 19% were very interested and 52% were somewhat interested. Now this has risen from around 2.5 times to 49%, and now there's about a 50% in terms of general population. So out of 85%, more than 50%, that is around 49% are very much interested in sustainable investing. On the right side, so data provides you very good views, right? It provides a beautiful picture, and that this is a perfect example. The millennials, the new people who are the new entrepreneurs, who have the money, right? For them, this number has increased from, I'll talk about very interested. It has increased from 28% to 70%. It has risen by 2.5 times. But look at it, out of 95%, 70% are very much interested. They want to know the investments that they make, what is the impact it has on the society. The source for this data and this visualization is Morgan Stanley's Third Sustainable Signal survey, and I think it was done in 2020 for the last 4 years. Next slide, please. Yeah. Now, how ESG creates value? There can be multiple ways. I mean, there can be multiple inherent ways that ESG creates value, but major four ones are: first, it directly improves your top line, right? Once you have better access to resources based on your long-term relations with the community, with the government, you don't get those surprises. You have a long-term trust that has been built up, and so nobody backs out, right? Case in point, what happened with Vedanta in the Sesagua plant in Chennai? What happens with Tata with Singur, right? Some of the examples that it talks about how your top line can be affected because of certain surprises when your relations are not long-term or there's a trust deficit. The second one is the regulatory fines. I think this is a major one where ESG creates value. So regulatory fines drags you down. The financials, it sits on top of the balance sheet and can affect a lot. Can affect for a long term, right? 2-3 years or maybe more than that. So once you have this long-term sustainability, when you have that vision and view, those regulatory fines can be completely avoided. The third one, a very intangible one, employee productivity. Though an intangible one, but it affects your financial numbers greatly. A happy employee, right? He starts a chain. He or she starts a chain for better productivity. He helps in attracting and retaining talent. And the fourth one, I think it didn't need to be mentioned because the implicit part of all the other ones that I mentioned, cost reductions. So when you're working on those long-term solutions, sustainability solutions, your cost reductions are, you're looking for a long-term view, right? So you will not, and when you're looking for a 10-year or 20-year view, you might want to deploy something on the renewable sources, which might be expensive initially in the short term. In the long term, they offset, right, and turns into profitable ones. Next slide. Yes. Now, how ESG has impacted global investments? Now, because of this, because of the interest of the millennials, interest of the people, it has gone from just a buzzword to an imperative. As I started with as I told you in the starting. Now, there's certain numbers that talks about how this has changed the global investments, how it has changed the views of financial managers across wealth management, asset management, or even institutional investors. Out of every $3, $1 under professional management is spent on ESG investments in US. This is as per 2020. This effectively means that around $17 trillion of assets under management yearly, which is an increase of about 42% from 2018. Again, quoting GIN, Global Impact Investing Network, AUM from the same set of investors has grown by 17% on a year-on-year basis, a CAGR of 17%, which is very important over the last 5 years, which is very important because these are not the new ones. These are the existing investors who didn't have a view on ESG, have a very positive view on ESG, but now they think ESG, it's very important. The last one, how it has provided options to the end investors. The total count of sustainable funds available to US investors has grown to 4,400. It's an approximate figure in 2020, and it's up by 30% from 2019, and the growth is exponential. The three boxes at the end of the slide talks about what has been the approach of the financial managers. The first one is ESG alignment. ESG alignment is what are the investment options you have right now in the market, and how you can align it to the current investment options. The second one is ESG integration. Now, this is a step further where you try to take in, when you're trying to invest on any company or any bond, you look for it from the ESG point of view. When I say ESG point of view, your not only your financials, but also these ESG pillars, right? And the third one is impact investments, which is the first two are bottom-down approach, and the third one is a top-down approach, where you selectively look for those investments, like green bonds, like let's say Morgan Stanley or JP Morgan will try to invest in green bonds to have a considerable percentage of investment as a part of specifically for ESG. So that is the approach, starting from alignment, integration to impact investments. Next slide, please. Now this should be interesting. Actually, the next two slides talks about how the role of technology has been in improving this outlook towards ESG, and the next one talks about what are the case studies that are there in the market. So these are the three major technologies that you see on your screen, which are of our era, the major ones, which have completely transformed or disrupted the market, right? The first one is the blockchain technology. It can play a big role. It can play a massive role because of the characteristics that it has. It's transparency, immutable records, real-time updates, distributed and verifiable tokenized assets, which helps in creating a sustainable value chain. I would like to put an example over here. Now, I think 2 or 3 months back, I was doing a case study for one of our clients, where we found out that I won't name the client, but it's a Brazilian client. What they have done is any product you consume, it's an FMCG major, any product you consume, right? Once you buy it, there's a barcode on it. You scan it from the camera, and you get to know from which farm it has been sourced. So someone, let's say, give me a bottle of ketchup and tells me that it's organic. I might not trust it. But if I see a barcode over there and I get the information from where it has been sourced, what all processes it has gone through, and I would be more interested in it. And believe me, because of the blockchain, you get that confidence, right? Because again, the characteristics, like it cannot be, it's immutable, and it provides a transparency and a trust, right? So that's one. The second is AI driven. Now, AI is a big umbrella, but one of the examples that we can take is a sentiment analysis. Now, the leaders or the CEOs or the CXO, the board of directors can talk about that they're very much interested in ESG. Let's say Apple says that we are very interested in ESG. We want to be carbon zero and other things, right? Now, how would JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley come to know of it? Over there, AI can help because it doesn't just believe on what you're saying, but also do a sentiment analysis of the narrative that you send out to your investors, or the public meetings, or the press conferences, or the briefings that you come across. So it analyzes every aspect. It helps you analyze whether this firm's leadership is seriously interested, or they're just using it as a buzzword. So technology can help eliminate those biases. The last one, cloud computing. It provides, it can help you save billions of dollars in energy cost and reducing carbon emissions. We are seeing how cloud computing is changing things, how it is making things faster, and how it is making things, because of cloud as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, it's making those upgradations and the growth exponential at such a low cost. Next slide, please. Yeah. So this talk about industry examples. It's not a comprehensive list, but I've tried to get something on some good examples across the world. The first one is AGL. It's in America. It's an Australian company. It's an energy company in Australia. They have utilized Microsoft Azure cloud platform to manage solar batteries remotely. So you see, you are using ESG framework, you are using sustainable solutions like solar power, but you're using it through cloud. So that's how technology integrated with your ESG approach is creating wonders. The second one, Ecolab. It's an American corporation. Again, they're using Microsoft Cloud Platform to address water conservation. So they are a water treatment and purification solutions company, pretty much like Indian counterpart Water Quebec. So this company is using Microsoft Cloud Platform. And the third one, specifically on the Microsoft side, they started an initiative like Azure Farm Beats. It started as a research project, but now it is using precision farming and is helping farmers practice their data-driven agriculture. You might have heard data-driven consulting a lot of time, but now is the time for data-driven agriculture. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on ESG and impact investing. I'll take a pause over here. Would like to listen to your thoughts or your views or any questions or any concerns.
Thank you for that very informational and wonderful topic regarding ESG investing. So now we are open for questions. So anyone would like to ask or share their insights, please feel free to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Abhishek. This is Niranjan. Can you hear me?
Yep, you're audible. Hi, Niranjan.
What exactly is your role in the whole process?
So what we do is we create point of views for our clients. We tell them what can be done over here and how this will affect their top line, bottom line, or the financials. It can be a tangible solution, or it can be an intangible one where it helps in improving the reputation or the reputation of the company or reputation of the brand.
Thank you.
Nice. Any other question?
You can put it on the Q&A or in the chat, or you can raise your hand if you wish to ask a question. Okay, so it appears that there is no other questions. Can you share your like contact details since you don't have your content? You can find Abhishek through LinkedIn. You can please feel free to message him. He'd be very happy to welcome your queries or questions or any other things you'd like to know regarding the ESG investing and other things on financial management. All right.
Exactly. Just would like to add on to that. So ESG and impact investing is an ocean of knowledge. I myself is a student of this, and I'll be more than happy if you are more interested in it and want to explore more of its avenues, we can together go to that journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you both of our speakers today for sharing their valuable knowledge and informations to us. And through technical difficulties, they are still able to conduct and share their knowledge to us. All right. So, and also,
Thank you.
thank you for your time and like inspiration. We want to let you know all that we also have our live youth Let Us Talk It webinar every other Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. You can join the preparation sessions every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time by registering at our website, letustalkit.com/youth. For younger youth group, we have preparation sessions Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And this week we have live youth webinar this Saturday, 21st of August at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And the topic is prehistoric animals, So hope all of you can join these webinars, which could encourage our youth and help make a better future. All right. So that concludes. We have here Niranjan. Yes, thank you so much for being with us today, and the speakers as well. Now, you can review this recorded feed through our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/let us talk it. So you can see the slides there, and also the contact details of our speakers. All right. So again, thanks everyone for joining this webinar today, and for the speakers for sharing their knowledge and giving us inspiration. So hope to see you again next time. Thanks again, and all the best.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. All the best, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.